This is Nicole Whitlock with the eCom Q4 Summit, and we are on day 58, maybe 57, 57 of the Print on Demand Challenge. And today we're going to talk about marketing. So the last couple of days we've been talking about putting together our book, sections of our book, the layout of our book, how to do research on the other books that are in your category or similar or related, how to determine what the sales rank, how many potential sales that particular book is getting every single month, uploading it, looking at the layout, order test copies, all of that fun stuff. So one of the things when you have a book, you can have a target audience already built in. So an example of that is, let's say that you were running a Facebook group for, I don't know, Chihuahua puppies. And so the whole Facebook group are people that join that Facebook group and they love Chihuahuas. And they share and you guys post and there's pictures and stories and videos. So there's already a built-in organic traffic going on in that Facebook group. You decide to do print-on-demand information cards about Chihuahuas, cards about their care, cards about different things about breeding, whatever it happens to be. Then you decide that you're going to sell some products, maybe t-shirts, hats, bags, socks with Chihuahuas on them, pajamas, jackets, whatever. And now you're going to publish a book. Maybe it's a picture book. Maybe it's, an informational book about the care and breeding of Chihuahuas. Or maybe it's just a fun story, like a kid's story that would be like in a chapter book. Or maybe you've gone all out and created a novel, whatever it happens to be. When you have a Facebook group, you've got a built-in audience, which is fantastic. And you have a place that if nothing else happens on any of the other platforms, you can present your book to that audience, and you have the potential to start gaining some traction and some traffic. Once your listing starts to gain some traction and traffic, then the platforms will start to showcase it, I guess, or reveal it a little bit more. So when your book is not getting any traction or traffic, not getting any views, not getting any, people clicking on the links, any of that stuff from various places. So there's different ways indirectly that people can game the system. You can game the system by getting a group of people that are connected to you. Like for me, when I created listings in the past, I'd send the link to my family members and ask them what they thought of it. By default, they would open the link. They would be living wherever they lived. And that would help me to help my listing get indexed faster in the search engines, and also indirectly semi-manipulate the algorithms to make it think that this listing is important because it's getting a lot of views. That black hat trick still works. You can use that for Q4. So if you got a big family, just say, hey, I'm going to put you guys on an email list and have them click on the link, or you got a big group of friends from college or high school, like it works. But for your book, you need to make sure that you're getting some traction. Once you start getting some traction, like get your first 10 to 15 sales, maybe 20, then your book will start to show up automatically. That means that it's been indexed well. And the key to all of that is, of course, the title. Title is going to be extremely important. The description is going to be extremely important. The back end keywords are going to be extremely important. So you need to understand that and know that. And of course, the topic has to be something that is already serving a need, serving a niche, serving a group of people, addressing a concern, whatever it happens to be. Not that Chihuahuas are serving any need or niche. Well, it is a niche, and it's not solving a problem. But there's just a group of fans that love that little dog. So that being the case, if you're struggling to get traction, let's say you don't have a Facebook group, let's say you don't have an email list, maybe you were also producing a newsletter about Chihuahuas. And so let's say you don't have any of that and you're starting from scratch. Well, one, making sure your title's good, your description's good, the keywords in your listing are good. All of those things will help you to get some traffic and some traction to your listing. If you already had a fan base or you already knew where your avatar hung out, that would also help. So if you don't, more than likely you're going to have to run ads of some type. I'm not saying that Facebook ads work for a book. They could, depending on where and how you target that audience. But in general, the products, all of us have seen stuff in our Facebook feed. We've seen stuff on our Google, feed, marketing, sponsored ads. We've seen all kinds of stuff. We've even seen things in YouTube because they have targeted us. And so that's the reason why that ad is showing up in your universe. So the one thing that we all have to get better at, or that we have to work on, is making sure that we understand how to create ads so that we can find our avatar, help our avatar find our product. All the other stuff does matter: naming the images, having good images, having a good title, having a good cover if you're doing a book, if you're not doing a book, if you're just doing images. Again, all of that matters. So we're going to start with ads. There's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, Bing ads. All of those are ads. You also have Pinterest ads. The only thing that's not in here, I think, is Pinterest. All the others are in here. So the thing is, you need to know about Facebook ads if you've not run them. You can come out of pocket a little bit of change. So you do need to make sure you have some money. I would encourage you, if you feel like, and also keep in mind that the platforms will allow you to run ads as well. Depending on which platforms you're going to be selling on, and depending on what the product is that you're going to be selling, whether it's your book or something else, you're going to run your ads a certain way. So you always want to pay attention to your competitors' ads for similar or related stuff. Go reverse engineer, go dissect that ad, because it's going to reveal a bunch of great information to help you. So with Facebook ads, of course, there's some targeting that's happening. And if you want to know why an ad is showing up in your space when you see sponsored, you see those three dots, you can click on it, and then you'll get a message that says something like, why am I seeing this ad? And you can click on that and it'll show you what some of the characteristics were for placing this ad, some of the targeting that was done. And then you can see, oh, well, I guess I do fit that, or no, I don't. Sometimes it's because we clicked on something and then by default we clicked on something that may be related. They've got some retargeting ads that show up the thing that they ultimately wanted us to see in the first place. So you'll see ads in your news feed. You'll also see them up in the upper left-hand corner when you're in Facebook and you're just looking at your news feed or your main page. And the thing about Facebook ads, a lot of this holds true for Instagram ads because they share the metaverse, is that you should have a business page. I've mentioned that before. You can decide that you want to do a Facebook shop or an Instagram shop in addition to an Etsy shop, or maybe you're not going to do an Etsy shop, an Etsy listing for your book. Maybe you're going to do something different. So this training is not specifically focused on the book. It's just general ads and general marketing. You should have a business page where your product lives. We've talked about creating our business pages on all of the social media platforms. So that's the first thing. The second thing, this will allow you to be able to run ads. So if you don't have a Facebook business page, you can run them from your personal page, but you still have to have on the backside, I forget what the account is called, but anyway, it's like running ads against your personal account indirectly on Facebook. And you can still do that, but it is better if you run it from your business page. So you need to have a strategy for your social media as a starting point. Okay. They say, Facebook says they don't sell your information to advertisers. I don't ever believe that. So why would you advertise with Facebook? Brand awareness. Pretty much the answer to this is going to be the same for Instagram, YouTube, and Google. You're either working on brand awareness or product awareness. You're trying to drive traffic to your product. You're trying to increase engagement to your listings. You're trying to convert more people to buy or to opt in or whatever the case may be. You're trying to generate some leads. So, if you go back to the Chihuahua thing, what kind of leads do I need to generate for a Chihuahua? So maybe you are I don't know, maybe a pet supply store, or maybe you are connected to, I don't know, a veterinarian that specializes in small dogs. Then, grabbing that email address and phone number or getting their information is going to help you to be able to target them for other stuff. And then also driving traffic to your store. Ultimately, traffic and traffic are pretty much the same. So, why should you advertise on Facebook? Look, the one thing that Facebook does have is Facebook groups. They already have audiences. And so that helps the algorithm find your avatar much easier. That is the main reason. I could list all this other stuff, but that's really the main reason. There is some behavior that Facebook has been paying attention to, whether we like it or not. They've been paying attention to it and they've been using it to their benefit. Or to advertisers' benefit. And so you as an advertiser could use that to your benefit. For the way that you can get to, the first thing is if you're going to create your own page, or you're going to create your own web page, or you're going to create your own funnel or sales page or whatever for your product, whether it's a book or whether it's other products, then I would encourage you to make sure that you attach a Facebook pixel. The way you can get to the Facebook pixel is when you go to your Facebook account and you're going to go to Ads Manager. Once you go to Ads Manager, you can scroll down to get to the Event Manager so you can grab the Facebook pixel. So you can, when you go to Event Manager, you'll be able to click on Overview, and then there should be a place where you can grab the pixel. If you've already grabbed the pixel, then you don't have to do it again. But you can also have the pixel emailed to you, whatever email account that's attached to your Facebook account. That's where it's going to go. I would encourage you to keep that pixel. I will tell you that sometimes Facebook will inactivate your pixel. They are not really consistent about when or why they do that. So I can't tell you that. And that's been an issue for people, for sellers for years. So I still have all the same pixels. And when I start advertising again, I've seen where my pixel was inactivated and then, oh, okay, it's getting traffic. We're going to go ahead and reactivate it. But of course, I've lost probably the first 300 clicks or whatever. So to get to your ads manager, your business account, you're going to click on the little home at the top, the little house. You can go to the business manager, click on ads manager from there. And then once you click on the ads manager, you can come over to create an account. More than likely, if you don't even see this, you probably need to set up funding or you need to put some money in the coffers, attach a card, something. If you have purchased from Facebook Marketplace or you've signed up for other things online, you probably already have a card on file. But if you don't, you might not see this first. They may have you add a card and then you'll be able to see this. But underneath, once you get to the page under Ads Manager, see campaign, you can choose the page that you're going to be doing the campaign on, and you can click on create. Once you click on create, you're going to have three things. It's going to be ads, ad set, and campaign, ads, and ad set and ads. So starting with this, again, I just briefly talked about why are you running the ads? And Facebook wants to know, are you trying to get conversions? Are you trying to drive traffic to your store? Trying to get leads? You want to send messages? What are you doing? So that's the first thing they're going to ask you. Then you'll come to the page where you can put in the campaign, the ad set, and the ad itself. So ad set, so if I'm running a campaign for Chihuahua, it's probably a bad choice. I'm going to go with dog leashes. So I want to run a campaign for my dog leashes store. And my ad set is for maybe neon light leashes that leashes that glow in the dark. And then my ads might be for small dogs. So I'm going to run an ad and I'm going to keep track of what's happening on my neon light leashes for small dogs. Okay. But it is my dog leash store where I'm running the ads in this example. So you're going to fill in that information on the right. And so you're going to give it a name. I just put testing Facebook in here. And then it's going to ask you which page. And that's where you're going to attach the page that you're running the ads from. So if you're not coming into it this way, if you're running it from your personal profile, sometimes your personal profile will say, hey, do you want to boost this? And then you'll get a boost, you can boost it, and then they're going to ask you for money, and you'll give them, put in a card, and then they'll ask you, how long do you want to run this? And you'll say 10 days or 5 days or whatever, and I'm going to pay $5 a day. That's how you get, you don't have to go through all of this setup. Boosting an ad is not always a good thing, or boosting a post is not always a good thing, because you don't get to target the audience that's actually going to see that. It's whoever Facebook decides it thinks it should put it in front of. Not that Facebook is wrong, but when they put it in front of that person, if they're not the true avatar for this thing, then you're going to run into wasted money, because Facebook's still going to charge you for the ads that they run. So I would encourage you to limit using the boost feature, and get better at, over time, gradually, little by little, figuring out how to target or identify your audience. Where do they hang out? What are their habits? What are they interested in? What do they like? So I would go after people who love pets. I would go after people who love dogs. That would be the thing I would go after. So when you are, going through this ad setup, you're going to see that you have the opportunity to do A/B testing, that's split testing, running similar ads. Maybe you're doing an ad with a blue frame around it, and then you're creating another ad that's like a video ad. And so you're just testing to see which one is going to get more traction, going to get more clicks, going to get more sales. And that's what split A/B testing is. You also can indicate what your budget is going to be for your specific ads. And then once you establish your budget, there's some other things that you'll be able to choose. You can look for lookalike audiences. You can start down that path of looking for lookalike audiences, especially if you've already created, your if you've already created your group. So when I run ads, I already know I do custom audiences, and I already know what my custom audience is, because I've already created multiple custom audiences. In that custom audience option, you're going to be able to define whether or not it's male or female. You'll be able to define what their interests or their behaviors are. You'll be able to define potentially where they live. You'll be able to define a bunch of stuff and save that. Save this audience, so that way, if you're running similar ads for the same thing, you can keep running ads to that same target audience. Okay. Versus if I just go through the process this way, it's going to, in this example, I think this one's looking for engagement to the page. So there you go. And that's because of what I chose way at the beginning. If I chose engagement, this is what I'm going to see here. So what you chose at the beginning, and I'll go backwards, what I chose here matters. And that's going to determine what I see here when I go for lookalike audiences. So you need to pay attention to what you choose. And then once you pay attention to what you choose, it'll make it much easier to narrow down your audiences and to drive traffic to the right people. The other thing is that if you have an email list, you can actually upload your email list and target the audience that way as well. So there's a couple different ways in which you can target the audience, and you can use that to your benefit, so that way you can create a new audience, clicking on the create a new audience, or you can use what's available in the custom audiences there and run ads to that specific audience. I would encourage you, this is like, I always set a daily budget instead of like, okay, just run ads until I run out of money, because sometimes Facebook is going to be charging you per click, and they're going to be charging you a boatload of money. So if you said, hey, I'm going to spend $300 for my ads, and until I'm out of money, will you be surprised if in one day your $300 is gone? You can't run any more ads. And if you were thinking, well, I wanted this to stretch out over like 5 days. No, Facebook burned through your money really quick. So make sure you kind of choose some options if you're wanting the ad to span over a period of time. We're about to run some ads, so I get to do all this fun stuff. Okay. Then, so there's audience insights. They actually did change some of this. But the thing that I want you to know about building your audience is, again, you can separate your audience by age and gender, some other things about their lifestyles. The biggest one is the behavior. So if you're selling something, you want one of the behavior options is buyers. Always choose that, no matter what. So you can do all the other characteristics like people who like this page or follow this whatever, or people who are, that love pets or have pets or whatever. And then if your intent is to sell a product, one of the behaviors is that you're going to drop down into behaviors, and you'll see behaviors here that you're looking for buyers. So you can set some demographic, and you can set as many as you want to under the demographics, male, female, age, whatever, interest, the things that they're interested in. And then behaviors, you'll have a lot of options for behaviors. Just make sure you find the one that says buyers if you're trying to sell something. Okay. All right. So then Instagram is, again, run by the metaverse. And with Instagram, there's a lot of different features within Instagram. You've got Reels, you've got IGTV, you can do posts, you can do, I think they call carousels or something like that. I would tell you I'm not the best gram person in the world. I think everybody knows that, but I'm getting better. I'm learning more and more. So this is what Instagram ads can look like. Pretty much, the same thing with the sponsored underneath. And then once you click on it or swipe, then, you'll be taken to either their page or you'll be taken to a page within Instagram to do whatever it is that they're trying to offer. Okay. And here's some lovely statistics about Instagram. They do have a lot of users on their platform. They really do. So with Instagram, the types of ads you can run, I think some of the most common ones are photo. Well, these days, I think video and shopping ads and sometimes carousel. I think those are probably the most popular right now. I feel like it's evolved. Instagram has changed a little bit. So the way that you actually run ads is, again, you're going to go through your metaverse account. You do need to convert your Instagram page to a business account. So here's how to create an Instagram account, creating it from the phone and also creating it from the computer. Then after you create it, one of your options you're going to be given is to switch the account to a business account. So I want to encourage you to do that. Switch the account to a business account. Then after you switch the account to a business account, and you can have 5 Instagram accounts at a time, then at that point, you'll be given the option to run ads. Then you can run ads directly from Instagram. You can run them from your Facebook fan page, or you can run them from your ads manager. I'm going to suggest running them from your ads manager. That's probably going to be best because of the fact that it's probably going to be easier if you run them from your ads manager. You can run them directly from your Facebook page and not include Instagram. You'll be given the option to include Instagram in the choice, because typically if you convert your page to a business page, it's going to ask you if you have a Facebook page. And so they'll start connecting the two together and say, oh, okay, here's the business page on Facebook and here's the business page on Instagram. These two are buddies. And so it'll start asking if you want to run ads on both, one or the other. So to create your ads, you can go to your profile. A lot of this you're going to be doing from your phone. You can run ads from your computer. You're just going to do it from the ads manager. That's how you're going to do it. But you can run them from your phone. And when you run ads from your phone, like, you can immediately see them. I think for me personally, I think it's easier to run them from your computer than it is to run them from your phone, because there's a lot of stuff you want to be able to see. So if you're running it from your ads manager, it's going to take you through all the same places that you went through for Facebook. And it's going to ask you a few questions about placement. The placement, there's automatic placement for your ads, and then, which means, do I want to run them across just Instagram? Do I run them around Facebook? Or do I want to run across both? And the navigation to get to it is the same. Like, you're going to go to that, I don't know what you want to call it. It looks like a gray Pac-Man to me with a line in the middle. That's what he looks like. I don't know what that symbol is supposed to be, but it's the metaverse symbol. So the one thing about Instagram is that Instagram likes for you to post directly from your mobile device. That's how it was created. So that's the preference. But there are tools out there to automate the posting onto Instagram. The one that I know without a shadow of a doubt that will post automatically to Instagram without you having to do anything extra is Later. The others have some level of intervention and stuff that you have to do. So it'll schedule stuff, but you're going to have to do some extra steps sometimes. There might be a couple of other tools out there that you don't have to do the extra steps anymore, but you know, I know that Later is one of those where it will post directly. So I'd encourage you to look into a Later account if you feel like you're going to be doing a lot of social media posting, especially if you're running Instagram shops or store or Facebook shops, either one of those two. Automatic posting on your social media can be helpful to you. It'll post to Twitter. It'll post to almost all the social media platforms. And I think I haven't looked lately. I thought that there was some level of posting for TikTok, but I'll have to go back and look. I know it posts to Instagram Reels now, so I am aware of that. So running your Facebook ads and Instagram ads, the biggest thing that you need to know, well, one, I mentioned before, you should probably attach a pixel. You probably create a business page, and your goal is to target a specific audience or retarget them. Okay. So now we're going to move on to, there's a bunch of other stuff. Like you can use TikTok, you can do Pinterest, email marketing. I would encourage you, if you have the opportunity, to build a list. That makes a lot of sense. That way you can target them with specials or deals or promotions. You can send them emails when you have new arrivals in your store. In some ways, it feels like, the way I'm talking about it feels like Shopify. But again, if you can get them on a newsletter or a list or give them a discount code for something, that is going to help you to be able to target those people off of any specific platform. When you are selling on platforms like Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Walmart, you are tied to their requirements. You have a little bit more flexibility when you go with a Shopify and a WooCommerce and Magento. But again, if there's anything fishy going on, the integrations there, they may shut you down. So you can decide, but you have more freedom and flexibility than you do the restrictions on the platforms, because the platforms can shut you down anytime they want you to. Okay, they can just do that. Whereas, you got to have a lot going on before Shopify is going to step in. So I would encourage you, if you can figure out a way that makes logical sense to collect the email addresses, it's worth it. And then you can market to them, especially for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. You can hit people on their birthdays, and you can figure out what your campaigns are going to be. And as I've mentioned before, there's tools out there, free tools that you can use to email market people. So not that it's my favorite, but Constant Contact and MailChimp, most of them will let you email out to people automatically. If your list is under 2,000 for the most part. And so I would encourage you to look into that and see if that's something that will work. But figure out what your strategy and your approach is going to be, so that way you'll be able to target them as you put up new arrivals. So if your avatar or a customer that you sell to is like teachers, this will be the time to send mass emails out to teachers so that they can order their stuff from you before school starts. So video marketing is another one. I think we've gone through a couple of different video marketing iterations earlier in this class, but basically it doesn't have to be you showing you in the video. That's the first thing. That's what you need to know. You don't ever have to show your face and do video marketing. That's the first thing. Second, you don't always have to demonstrate the product and do video marketing, whatever it happens to be. Sometimes you can just create an animation, and that is considered a video, and you can use that. So video marketing, because our attention span as humans is like that of a gnat, can be helpful in getting people to stop scrolling. Your goal is to stop the scroll. Okay, so if you can get them to stop scrolling long enough to look at your product and to be interested, then you have a better chance of them buying. And a video can help you with stopping the scroll, not the stroll. That's your goal. Okay. This could be videos that you create for TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, or it could be videos that you actually put on the listing themselves that are just animations and have a call to action. So think about that as you build out your plan and your strategy, and you're working in your mind map bubbles. Figure out what you want to do. All right, so now we're going to go into Google Ads and Bing Ads. All of this, the keywords matter. Keywords matter on the listing that you create with Facebook ads and Instagram ads. Keywords definitely matter in Google and Bing, so you need to figure out that. And whatever the ad is that you build on Google, you want to build a very similar one in Bing. Now, I will tell you, more people use the Google search engine than they do the Bing one. I think everybody knows that. And the great thing is that you have Google Ads Planner. That will help you with some free keyword research. So if you create a Google Ads account, you'll get free access to Google Planner. And then that way you can do some additional keyword research absolutely free. Okay. So your words matter, and that's the one thing that you need to figure out based on the things you're going to sell. Everything that you're going to sell, you're selling two things. The reality is you're not really selling a product. You're selling the words people are searching for, and you're selling the picture that they see. Now, the other stuff happens to come along with it. But at the end of the day, they type in words into a computer, they look for a thing, and then they hit buy. So your goal is to get the words right or the image right or both so that you can get the buy. That's your goal. So you've got to get better at keyword research. So work on that. So how do I create a Google Ads account? You're going to create a Google Ads account. I always start with the Gmail account. So you're going to create an account, set your budget, and then place your first ad. These are like the short steps of going through and placing your first ad. You're literally going to, put in the keywords, the search words, the match words, your landing page, if the landing page is applicable, and where do you want your ads to show up. Write your ad and then connect it to your account. That's the short version. I don't think you can see underneath here. Yeah. Connect to Google Analytics. So first thing is to click on, I call it the Rubik's Cube. It's not a Rubik's Cube, but it's the 9 dots. Click on the 9 dots. Once you click on the 9 dots, you're going to see Google Ads. So you need to have, I think the easiest way to start this is just to create a Gmail account. So you can start from your Gmail account. Then once you do that and you go to Google Ads, you're going to come to this page and you're going to create a new campaign similar to what you do with Facebook. You're going to indicate what it is that their focus is going to be. Look, brand awareness, drive traffic, all looks the same. So there's going to be some similarities, maybe laid out a little different, but they're basically wanting to know, why do you want to run this ad? Okay. Get leads, that kind of stuff. Promote your store. So once let me make sure I got that. Once I choose what my option is going to be, so I think maybe I chose leads. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's brand awareness. I can't remember. Then you can indicate what type of campaign you're going to run. Is this a search campaign based on people's interests? Is this a display campaign? So I don't know if you've paid attention before, but whenever you search for something in Google, you'll see sponsored in different places. It'll be light gray, very faint, but it's there in the universe. It's whether or not it's up in the upper left-hand corner in light gray, whether or not it is in the middle and like it's Google Shopping, and you've got that scroll that's in the middle for products. So if I'm looking for a specific book, maybe I'm looking for a journal, they'll display a bunch of journals if I'm in a Google search. And again, that's part of Google Shopping. So where do I want my stuff to display? Okay. That's basically what it's asking for. And then once I figure out what I want where I want my stuff to display, the next one is, what am I going after? What's the goal I'm trying to get to? So if I say I want store visits, or I'm trying to get website visits, or I want people to download my app, whatever it happens to be, this is just an example, Then you're going to go through the process of building the campaign. So after you click continue from here, you give it a campaign name. Okay, campaign name. And then you're going to start building this bad boy out. So you're going to click on get started, and you're literally going to go through these 5 circles. Circle number 1, circle number 2, circle number 3, circle number 4, circle number 5, and you're done. That's literally what's about to happen here. So circle number 1 is all about the budget and the keywords. You'll notice budget and keywords. Circle number 1, need to have an idea in mind. Circle number 2 is about campaign settings. So campaign settings, which search network, where do I want it to show? Where do I want it to display? Okay. So the location, what language, who's the audience, dynamic ads. I've not ever run any dynamic ads. I don't even know if I remember what dynamic ads are. I'm sure if I saw it, I probably remember, but you're pretty much going to say, you know, do I want it to show up in the search, or do I want it to show up as display? Where do I want to list my ad to be seen? Only in the US? I want it to be seen internationally. Maybe I just want my ad to be seen in Texas. But language, English, audience. Okay, you're going to indicate the audience, and so on. Then the next thing we're going to go into is keywords and ads. So keywords, ads, you're going to fill this in, what the keywords are. The next is extension. So your website extension, call out extension, call to action extension, image extension. So this is where you can add your images. You can put your website URL. If there's, you know, an in-between place, all of that stuff can go here. Any of the terms, so I can't show this because I think I was just trying to grab the screenshot. But these were some of the search terms, and we wanted it to show up on sites like, and so then the last one is to review your ad and approve it. That's the very last circle that you're going to go through. Once you review your ad and approve it, then they're going to go through their process. They're either going to approve your ad, they're not going to approve your ad. I want to encourage you that if you're going to do ads, make sure you use a direct URL, because if you use a masked URL, a lot of the times that ad is going to be declined or denied. They want direct links to direct websites. So you want to make sure you do that. You don't want to keyword load it, meaning repeat the same keyword like 50 times in the same ad, because they're not going to approve that. They're just not going to do it. So your goal is to create ads so that you can, you know, scale your business, grow your business. Some of the ways in which you can gain more exposure: take advantage of the Google Shopping Network, and you can run ads using your Google Ads manager to be able to run ads on the Google Shopping Network, meaning what shows up in the Google search when it comes up under shopping. And when I say that, let me just do this. Like if I go here, type in dog leash. Okay. Once I type in dog leash, I have all, I have images, I'm sorry, shopping, I have images, I have news, I have more, okay? Videos, books, whatever. So you can see that this is what's showing up in the search, and you see that word ads there. So all of these are showing up because they paid to be here. They paid to play. They're here to play. This guy specifically, he is why these ads. So you can see that they have different types of ads that they're running. They're clearly targeting me, but that's okay. And this is what's showing up. So if you want your products to show up, this could be your print-on-demand products, or it could be your amazing book that you're going to create. This is where it will show up if you do Google Shopping. And then if I go to shopping, then it's going to display, you know, all of the products and links to the products. You can send them back to the original page, or you can send them to your website, meaning if you're going to do affiliate marketing, you can send them back to the original source of the listing if you're doing affiliate marketing. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you use it in your business. I wanted to go over it just to make sure that we covered ads. I don't know why is this? I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, so what questions can I answer regarding ads in general? The only one I didn't cover was Pinterest ads. So what can I answer regarding ads, if anything? Your image and your keywords matter. They matter so much. Any questions?
I don't think I have any.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I need to get rid of that. All right. Well, I'm going to call it. I thank you for your patience and your grace and mercy. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Good night.
Yeah. Bye.